Hello, and once again it is time for another manga haul. So I had quite a few vouchers for Christmas, so I decided to go to Waterstones and I just bought a shelf, essentially. I bought a shelf full of manga. Some of it's new stuff, some of it's stuff I'm trying to catch up on. We'll go through the newer stuff first, and then we'll go through the ongoing series that I'm trying to catch up on. The first one that I picked up was the Toilet Bound Kun. I've been wanting this for quite a while now, and it seems like kind of like an origami type of thing, but instead of being a war deity, it's a god of a toilet, so I'm not too sure how that's going to be, but I'm definitely interested in reading this. The next one is a series that I've watched some of the anime for, and I've watched a few of the movies for, but I haven't actually completely read a lot of the manga. I've only read 2 volumes. And that is the 7 Deadly Sins. This is I believe it's called the Original Sins. So this essentially tells you what the prototype for the actual manga was, and it gives you a bit of backstory to what actually happened before the events of the original manga. So I quite like the Sins themselves. Basing a manga on the 7 Deadly Sins is awesome. You know, there's a thing when doing this, you kind of don't necessarily know what to say. That's why generally when I do my kind of hauls, I tend to do more of a reading log, but because I've got such a backlog at the moment, I decided to do a haul. I thought it would be a bit more enjoyable for everyone and just see what I got. The next one I got is Reign of the 7 Spellblades. That's a bit of a long title, a bit of a mouthful, but I'm really interested in fantasy stuff. I kind of prefer it when it doesn't lean into the isekai kind of area. I had a flick through this. It looks like the art is pretty decent. No idea what it's going to be about, but it's fantasy, so I should hopefully enjoy it. The next series as well, Peach Boy Riverside, is also another fantasy manga. One of them is a traveller, and they meet the other one. And apart from that, I have no idea what it's about. Apart from, again, it's fantasy, and that's my kind of thing. So, now for the rest of these are going to be the ongoings I'm trying to catch up on. So, the first is Alita, Battle Angel, or Battle Angel Alita. I really loved the first volume of this, so I just wanted to get the rest of them. I picked up this one, and this one, and the newest one is volume 4 to get. So I've been loving this series so far. I love the whole cyberpunk aesthetic of it. I love Alita, and I can't remember her adopted father's name is. No, can't think of it. But you know, the whole thing with the city in the sky, all the robot fights. It's killer at the moment, and I'm very excited to keep on reading this. Chainsaw Man is the next one. Now, I've only read the first 2 volumes of Chainsaw Man. I really enjoyed them, and I decided to get into the paperbacks, because generally I don't mind reading digitally, but I prefer reading them in hard copies, and it's just been a nightmare to try and get hold of. So I've got this volume 3, and I've got volume 4. I know we're up to volume, I want to say 7, maybe 8, but the guy's fused with his dog. They're going around hunting kind of demons. Think they're demons? It's interesting, but hopefully I can start getting the rest of this series and actually get up to date on this. Now this one, I actually started last month, but, sorry, there's glare, I don't know why that's happening, it doesn't usually happen. But it was ridiculously hard trying to get this volume, so I kind of stopped reading it, and I'm going to have to start reading it again. But that is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Part 4, Diamonds Are Unbreakable. This is volume 4, extremely hard to get hold of, and it was just a Waterstone, so I just grabbed it. I'm going to get the rest of the series, and I'm going to try and binge it, but for me, this one had the best introduction of any of the JoJo's so far. It was just off the walls. It was hilarious. It just hooked me in straight away. Josuke in this, such a sweet, nice guy, and then as soon as you mention his hair, or he thinks you mention his hair, he goes absolutely nuts and destroys anyone in his path. Love it so far. So this is a must-have for me, and I'm going to get the rest. Amazing stuff. This one I feel kind of the opposite with. I loved the first 3 volumes of Doctor Stone. I really like the protagonist in it, kind of wanting to admit his feelings for a girl, and then they all turn to stone, and then they reawaken 1,000 years later, trying to survive, but he still has all these feelings that he wants to admit to this girl. And then it kind of deviates from this, and Senku kind of goes off on his own and meets these other caveman people, which is good, but Senku isn't really that much of an interesting lead. Hopefully he gets more interesting at the moment. At the moment he's just the science guy that knows stuff. The new characters they've introduced, the caveman people, they seem alright, but there's nothing that's really making me connect with any of the characters, like the original protagonist with the emotional bond and the girl that got resurrected as well. But just got 1 volume of this, hoping it picks up, and then I'll go from there. Now this series is the one that I've been trying to get the most, because I absolutely love it. And that is Komi Can't Communicate. So I've got 7, 8, 9, and 10. I absolutely love this series. It is so good. It's so heartfelt. It's a very nice slice of life, because it kind of delves into Komi's psyche. She has trouble communicating with people, and her goal is to make like 100 friends. And this guy kind of recognizes that, and he befriends her, and it's kind of slowly developing. It's kind of this relationship between the guy and the girl, whilst Komi's also making friends elsewhere. Just recently read volume 5, and there's this new guy who has this communication disorder as well, which was hilarious, because he's kind of like this big built guy and people are terrified of him and they think he's a thug, and he just befriends the same guy, and he does like these weird things like come on, eat, go and it's really weird, but the guy like clicks straight away. He's like, you got communication disorder as well, and then they kind of have that. So hopefully he's included in the following volumes as well. But absolutely love this series so far. When I do finish reading this, I'm actually going to binge the anime as well, because the main reason I'm getting up to date with this one, apart from loving it, I actually do want to watch the anime. Another one that has been ridiculously hard to get hold of, which is Jujitsu Kaizen. Now, I've got up to volume 8. I still need to read 0 and 10, and I need to get 11 as well. But I actually really like that series. It's very kind of Bleach-like, but it's different enough to kind of be its own thing. What could I really say about Jujutsu Kaisen? It's kind of off the walls. Like, the demons kind of have their own kind of plan, and they're not like these cookie-cutter villains. They kind of have this established theme that they want to get all these fingers and resurrect their demon god. And then this kid just eats the fingers, and the demon god is inside of him. But the more fingers he eats, the more of the god that's going to be inside. Well, the more powerful the god is. It's a strange little series. You know, you got a Kung Fu Panda in this as well, and you got the white-haired dude, Gojo, and he's like extremely powerful and OP, but he isn't the protagonist, which is what I like, because all the protagonists are his students, so they have to learn from him. Really good series, enjoying where it's going. Hopefully I can get the rest. Bloody Nightmare to pick up. Hopefully Viz do a lot of reprints for this series, so I can finally get the whole thing. So I am actually up to date on Dragon Ball Super. This is the 14th volume. Well, I say up to date. I haven't read the Moro arc. I'm actually waiting till volume 15 comes out, so I can actually binge the whole arc in its entirety, because that's how I like to read Dragon Ball Super. Yeah, all the way from Battle of Gods all the way to the Tournament of Power, this has been amazing. The anime was kind of hard to get through with regards to stuff like the Tournament of Power. There's a lot of schlock that didn't need to be added, and then the manga just breezed through it, but actually added a lot of things that the anime didn't have, like Gohan isn't a pussy in this. He's actually quite powerful still. And it's just little things like that I just really appreciate about this series. Taro is an amazing manga. I absolutely love the art that he's done in this. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I do actually really like it, and this is one of my favourite series. So yeah, that's what I picked up. What are you guys going to be reading? Have you read any series that I've got? Have you got any recommendations for me or anything like that? Yeah, just let me know, because I'm always interested in reading new series. I do read quite a lot myself. And the thing is with manga is that there's so many series, but a lot of them seem to be like on like 20 or something. So as soon as you start reading like 30 series at the same time, it's very hard to kind of get up to date with them, because you're going through all the new ones and you're going, yeah, I'll pick that up. But at the same time, you're like, oh my word, I've got like 20 volumes of Noragami to read, and I need to get the rest of Seraph for the End and Twin Star Exorcist, and I'm like, oh my word, where am I? That's the current state that I'm in, because I'm literally reading 50 manga titles as well as being a graphic novel reader as well, so I'm so far behind. But I'm trying to get down and try and figure all this stuff out. But if you guys got any recommendations or want to let me know how you feel about the series that I'm reading, or just anything at all, I'll be interested to hear. Thanks for watching. Bye.